The defective mortgage deed. This counterfeit mortgage deed is defective on the grounds it is only signed by the borrower and witnessed by the retail manager of the Derbyshire Building Society, and therefore is not a legal document or mortgage deed. It is a counterfeit document meant to deceive, and therefore is null and void under the Fraud Act 2006. It has no legal entitlement to enforcement in a court claim by any of the parties to the alleged claim. We can go further reasons into why this document is void on various grounds. However, it is pointless because it is already a defective deed right from the start. Deeds in England and Wales are written documents that must be signed by both parties and witnessed by a person not party to the deed or contract, must be independent and present at the signing of the deed or contract to make the deed or contract legally binding. This is why you will never see documents of a court claim by the court or claimant, because they never go through the proper court proceedings. They know it is fraud and theft and illegal. No alleged judge will put a signature to any such claim, as it will prove they are party to the fraud. At least if they do not sign any such documents or court orders, they have room to deny they had anything to do with the order. I thought before I did my research that the Derbyshire Building Society had made this defective mortgage by mistake. However, with all the evidence that has been produced over the last few years, this defective mortgage deed was in fact done on purpose, as it has no legal standing for both parties. First, there is no legal obligation to pay a defective deed or contract. Secondly, there is no legal obligation for the mortgage lender to discharge the debt. The fact is there was no debt. The borrower's signature created the new money. Economists call this fountain pen money, as it is not deposit money from savers' accounts, but it is created from the signature from thin air. The real money comes from the borrower as a deposit and repayments on something they will never own. It is one big giant con. The reason why they do it this way, of course, because they wanted to steal the property back after they have collected 3 times the value of the so-called loan in insurance. They then take back the property after terrorising the owner with counterfeit court orders, so they can sell the property and start the cycle all over again. This claim of insurance on a loan they never give you, this absolute fraud. There was never any disclosure to them collecting the insurance. That would mean the so-called debt would be settled. Currently, the banks, building societies, councils, courts, insolvency service are all working together to ensure they get back the properties, and they will use local criminal gangs to violently evict people and their families out of their property with the illegal court orders. They also use the police to back up the criminal gangs with any means possible. They steal everything they can of value out of your property. These vile vultures and scroungers also get a good cut of the theft and sale of the property, which include the estate agents. Every year these gangs are stealing approximately £200 billion worth of properties, and that does not include the money the banks receive in insurance. The banksters are running the government, the courts including the alleged judge, and the police. This also includes HMS Land Registry.